This is my race car motif. You can see here I've got a little race car Lego mobile. You're wondering, what is a lady doing with that? I have 4 sons and they used to play with Legos all the time, and my grandson too, who is the person that picked out this as a motif. So we're going to get started. I'm going to paint this car red. So I'm taking my water brush and I'm getting some color here, going like that. And now I'm going to start painting in these lines. And thankfully my guy is number 1, because if you're not first, you're last. Just kidding. There is always second and third too. But let's go around here. So if you're a kid or a kid at heart, this is fun, and you might be a grown-up who's painting this with a kid. Maybe each of you has your own race car, and you guys can decide how you want to paint it. Do you want to paint it blue or yellow or red? So everybody can do their own version and see how they end up at the end. And if you're real creative, you can get a pencil out and start putting a sponsor on here, but maybe that's just for NASCAR. Maybe I should just stay in my lane. My kids like F1, Indy, IMSA, NASCAR, all the kinds of racing. So that's all we have on the weekends for basically most of the year, is some kind of racing. Okay, that is looking so super cool so far, and I gotta say, if you're having a competition, red might just win it. Now this paper is absorbing that red pretty easily, so I'm going back over with another coat just to get it nice and popping. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how he should do the side of this guy's car, but I think for now I'm going to do like a stripe like this, and maybe in here. And I might put something there and there. And I'm going to see how I like that if I leave that part white, but you can color that in if you want. And I'm going to clean my brush off because I'm done with the red for now, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make this a silvery gray. If you don't have that, you can either mix like a brown. This is the classic set, but you could mix. So I kind of messed up, so I'm just using my paper towel to come in there and dab that paint back. And not sure how these kind of race cars, how their hubcaps go. They probably don't even have those, but we're pretending. So we're going to make that gray also. And I don't know if you've ever seen pit road in NASCAR, but man, they come in there awful fast to do those changeovers of those tires. So those guys got to be quick or they're going to get run over. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing for this back here. I want that to be gray on my car. So I'm painting those things in there, and maybe here, what does he have, like a side view mirror? Not sure if that would be the case, but what color should his helmet be? I think maybe red again. I think a nice red helmet with a red car makes perfect sense to me. You got to be careful on those little lines, especially if you've got the smaller one of these. I've got a big and a small version. So now I'm going to put this here as if he's got his little safety thing on in his windshield. And I'm going to leave the tires for now because that's wet. And we've got the checker flag because you know that he is a winner, and the cup. So let's go ahead and do this flag, which means we have to do every other one I've got a black right here. If you don't have black, if I didn't say it earlier, you mix like a orange and a blue together and you can kind of get a black. All right, so I'm doing every other one. Now I got to watch when I come down here that I do it checkered and not underneath. And I'm not filling all the way to the outline. It's fine. And the lines are black. That's okay. Boom. So let me do this one. Nothing like winning the race. And I don't know if any of you guys have Hot Wheels and you race your Hot Wheels at all, but my boys liked to do that when they were young. And since there were 4 brothers, the competition could get pretty heated. And they'd go out and get their green machine and out in the street and race those. They did a lot of things I wasn't sure they ought to be doing, racing their stuff. A little bit dangerous. Now, but they didn't tell me until they were grown-ups, you know? I bet when they were racing their tricycles down the street, they thought they were in a race car like this, which is pretty funny to think about. Because it was just a tricycle or a green machine. But it's fun to have an imagination, you know. They had more fun. They didn't really play a lot of video games, except for Forza, which has to do with racing. And they played outside a lot, doing adventures. Okie dokie. There we go. We got our tires going. I'm going to put a little bit of gray in there. Now for the championship cup. And I'm going to leave this part white right here. You can do what you want. I'm going to do like a gold. So I've got this bright, bright yellow, but that's not exactly the winner's color gold. I think we're going to need a little bit of brown in there to get more of a gold cup gold. Like real gold, like your rich kind of gold. Okay, see that? Voila. Only the best for the winner, like you and like me. Doo-doo-doo. Winning. Boom. Look at that. I think we're the best, don't you? Now, you can hang this up in your room if you want to. It's pretty cool. Fits in a 5x7 frame, so ask your mom or dad about it.